That's why we have like everything available.
Yeah, and speaking of which, the tournament realm, something that we have to actually bring up.
Right, it's playing on 3.11.
3.11 patch instead of the current patch, which is 3.13.
Yep. So we are 2 patches behind. That means you don't have you will not see the changes to Silver James, although of course they're not even available at the current moment. But RE, Z are really that's why we saw Z being banned out earlier. It's still really strong pick. But for the champs chosen so far, there hasn't been much done to affect them. Oh, Thresh has a small change in this patch where his hook is not on increased cooldown with the 3-second reset after you connect. So in this one he can still spam those death sentences quite easily. Items wise, looks pretty standard throughout. The support Fiddlesticks not going for the deep utility tree for the masteries. My consensus is probably at 21.9, which
I really love what's happening now, because we have Garnet Devil as well as
this is it. They throw in that spiraling, they will know.
Yeah, it seems that they know, but you know, they can just walk out really safely.
Yeah, it's really, it's not a big deal for both guys, but they managed to get 2 very good deep wards in. Explorer's Ward, and
just timed out, as well as that ward in the one of the lower banana bushes of the red buff, and just I don't think any level 1 action is going to happen anytime soon. No buff steals, and they're just going to go about their merry way in their own jungle.
Right, so Pride started off using the smite earlier on. Could we see an early gank from him because of that, or is he going to just move straight up and protect that red buff, preempting a gank?
Yeah, and not only that, talking about skins, the Scorched Earth Renekton skin, very nice, but the Ice Drake Shyvana skin, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful Shyvana skins.
Oh yeah, it is
really cool.
It is really cool. So Renekton here go on top. Now Renekton does need that early amount of levels in order to win. Coming in, they get the ignite off to Ren, and well, it won't get him the kill, but it will drop in low enough to drop some CS under the turret.
Yeah, and again, a lot of people didn't see this coming, especially the Shyvana pickups of late, and you know, really good dueling potential, and like you said earlier, the % health damage coming in from the Flame Breath is really going to help with the dueling potential.
Are we on 3.11? Because it looks like the level up looks I mean, just a small observation, but
is the red buff going to take Red down? Yes, as we were actually thinking about what patch and how Shyvana has built this game, Pride actually picks up the first blood with amazing Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike, and just walking away, you know, I'm not going to hit you one more time because I know the red buff is going to take you out.
He knew. And it was an unnecessary risk going under the turret to fight a Renekton, especially if you're Lee Sin, and he was like he was level 3 already, but there was nothing to really play around with, knowing that the save blood was already used. Oppa here and iFly getting also a hit under that turret, so we're seeing the Lucian harass coming in to be really strong. And the fight continues. Green Tea should be able to zone them out with ease. Let me just the way to check to see. Right, this I don't think it's a 3.11 patch, because there is that reduce in a death sentence.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright, so a good guy here. Oh, taking that spear to the face, and Nazir just keeps that pressure going, sitting at 21 CS, is to 19.
I like the mistake there on the ward in the bottom rush, because one ward is...
Oh, it's outside. Oh.
Even pro players make that mistake. Yeah,
iFly wide. If Saint Vicious can miss every single smite at the Baron bit, I don't see what's wrong with a 1 ward.
Oh, hashtag shots fired.
Shots fired. So right now it's looking pretty still so far. First blood only given up Lee Sin getting that slight advantage in the jungle. It's always important for Lee's, I think, to get that early gank off and try to snowball from there, because he's that kind of champion that if he doesn't snowball, he's actually pretty useless.
Yeah, and a great death sentence. iFly, you know, using the Relentless Pursuit and the Ignite, trying to take out
gets stunned!
iFly and Green Tea. The counter gang coming from Renos is really crazy, and Pride's actually coming in, trying to take out iFly as much as possible, but the fact that there are 3 members there against the 2 members of AHQ forces them to just not pursue that kill.
That was really well done here by Infinity. That chain CC that we were talking about, first the cocoon, the fear, and then finally the condemn to the wall, all that damage was brought to none. That was crazy, Yeah, and the wait there for Xenos, because you were talking about the gank earlier, and actually here we have the replay. The death sentence
into the Flay, as well as the burst combo coming from Garnet Devil. The Fear is onto Green Tea, the Cocoon you see there, and then the Condemn, just as you said. Very strong CC combo coming in, and you know, Infinite actually takes up that 1 kill for no deaths.
It was really well done. Thresh got baited so hard there. Of course, the flash coming out from iFly, that window of opportunity, was just enough for them to escape. You know, just enough time for him to get out of there and chain that 3 CCs. Insane amounts of output can come out, especially with Vayne, and that's how I think they're going to go into the mid game as well.
Yeah.
Syndra, here Syndra and Nidalee both Vayne at 6, but at 6 of course Syndra gets, I think, a bit more of a power spike than Nidalee. You can't really commit at 6 as Nidalee, of course.
Yeah, the unleashed power coming from the ultimate of Syndra is definitely going to be very scary as well.
It is. And Renmin here, getting pushed under that turret once again, sitting significantly lower as compared to Solvay, which is kind of sad actually if you think about it. Let me just adjust the portrait so we can have a very nice we used to get them to come in at the same time.
Yeah, and we're still doing a very good job just laning against Renmin.
Yeah, it's really unconventional of them to do as such, but his mechanics, man, this guy's mechanic, always on point. Westlaw has the ultimate as well, so a lot of under turret dives could occur, with that extra resistance coming from the ultimate is actually very helpful.
Yeah, and the fact that Shyvana just and her skills just become so much more powerful in the dragon form itself. And if, like you said, if Price actually decides to rotate to the top lane and force a dive under the turret before Rinrin actually hits 6, which I think he's gonna hit at this point of time, the Dominus ultimate itself is definitely going to help against that turret.
It is. Oh, and all that crit damage coming from Oppa. He tumbled the wrong way. The one thing good about piercing light is that you can kind of dodge it, but you gotta be good with the reflexes, man. And Oppa showed that there's just a bit mistimed in the wrong direction. Naz also getting his blue buff, so helpful in the laning phase. Syndra not yet getting any of it, or rather, I think it was let's see, it was taken away. Oh, it's not up yet, I guess.
Yeah, because I think
they went red blue. Yeah. Man.
So anyway, let's actually let's take score, because Westlaw, not traditionally the top laner for HQ Esports, now playing in the top lane. So
the fear comes down onto Garnet Devil. The lantern has been lit, and Xenos there getting the repel in, but no follow up with the cocoon. So leaving some of that pressure in the bottom lane of Oppa, getting a bit of a climb back to farm out this wave without the harass. And a very nice D-wall here for iFly. I can't wait till next. Oh, and that here going in gets the blue buff with the help of the Force of Will. Rin having to stun and then walk away from this one, dodging nicely the slice and dice, the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, HQ Esports really wanted to steal that blue buff there, and it knew that, you know, with Xenos in the bottom lane, they could have actually just rotated to the blue buff, but with Syndra being able to use the W to actually pick out the blue buff from the pit itself, kind of save good guys blue buff.
Yeah, it was very helpful, and that's the good part, I guess. So Syndra, oh, is he going to take the spear? No, it doesn't, and Naz going to cycle up to the top lane. Looks like Pride comes in, drops a lot of damage onto Rin. I love that animation, by the way. Looks really good. And Pride and Westlaw, both in Dragon Form, they should be able to push themselves out. But Naz coming to the bottom, and more action pursues in the bottom. Wow, just all lanes trying to get their aggression on.
Yeah, it's like you said, Team Infinite has so much crowd control, and HQ Esports actually has just a lot of lane dominance right now. So either way, both teams definitely want to force some fights to gain some advantage.
Oh, and iFly here missing out their close stop, not getting anything out of it. It is a long cooldown ultimate, so it will take some time for it to come back up.
He's just taking so much poke from the piercing. Like, this is, you know, unacceptable. Like you said, you have to just try to dodge the piercing light and not take so much harass. But as a Philo 6, if he can actually drain a minion or drain one of the very close death sentence there, and if it actually hits, I think iFly is just gonna die. Yeah,
the thing about that Philo 6 though is that since he has one of the weaker stats in the game, he's super squishy, right? And once you get caught by anything, we saw how close to death he was earlier on. If there wasn't that Elise, it would have easily been iFly in a 1-4-0 situation.
Yeah, and I find it really surprising because Renekton is traditionally known as one of the most strongest top laners, and Westdoor has just been pushing and pushing and pushing without any fear at all.
That was Westdoor. I think it was because of Westdoor's earlier level 1 play. All he had to do was push out the wave, get the experience advantage early on, hit level 2 faster than Rin, and then just wreck face with the level 2 all in.
Yeah. And I really like his first item.
Coming in from the side.
Whoa, a really good gank coming in. He actually hits the kick as well as the Sonic Wave and the resonating strike as Good Guy flashes across the wall there.
That was just very patient Lee Sin play right there. Absolutely loved it. And Westdoor here going on top to Rin.
Yeah, both solo laners actually still have their ultimates up, so we just might see them just head on all the time because, you know, traditionally the top laners will just sit there, farm fest it all the way, but both Westdoor as well as Ren is just gonna, you know, fight it out. Definitely want to fight it out.
It's definitely, yeah, and the thing is that as it stands, Westdoor is at such an item advantage. There's no real need for Ren to do. I mean, he can't really retaliate. The amount of sustain that Westdoor's getting from the Cutlass plus the Doran Blade, just so good, so good. And here, the dirty farm ensures both Pride's gonna collide onto him, and Xenos, Westdoor going for the full damage, throwing out Dragonfall. Here comes the resonating strike, and Xenos forced to burn that flash, and of course the double slice and dice. Green Sea uses the box, iFi is stuck inside of it. Just waste the entire ultimate. Wow, very nice play there by iFly.
Very patient there, so support dealing with support and AD carry dealing with AD carry, so it's kind of an even trade because, you know, Oppa managed to proc the Silver Bolts and Garnet Devil managed to get his full burst combo onto Oppa, so they just kind of trade ultimates.
Right, but also note that I think Thresh dropped all his CC at that point in time, so there's absolutely nothing left for him to use when it comes to defense. Oh, lots of damage going into iFly. Will it be enough though? No, the Ignite takes off and it will not get that kill off. Oppa managed to trade off a few hits onto Garnet Devil, which was really helpful. And in fact, I think it was fully important at that point in time.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to I have no idea why iFly actually crow-stormed into there. He actually just used his fear and he didn't have that fear off cooldown and he still went in for the crow-storm with Oppa being so far away from that fight.
Right. Rita, I think, wasted just his Q once more. So they're going to retreat. Item superiority, yes, they have part of it. He has the Sheen. And when he goes back, he probably has to pick up the Phage as well.
Yeah, so two different Lucian builds we've seen tonight. One is the Bloodthirster rush into, I think it was the, no static shift, but...
No, it was just it ended up as Bloodthirster with Last Whisper.
Oh, right,
that was as far as it went.
And now we have the Trinity Force, so which one do you prefer actually?
Well, I actually like the Trinity Force builds these days because Lucian is that kind of spammy champion who has so much to offer. His base damage are also very, very nice. So as a guy who doesn't have all that much CC within his kit, you always want that pursuit power, and that's what Trinity Force gives you as opposed to Bloodthirster. Well, with that being said though, Westdoor is farming out really, really nicely, and once he gets that Blade of the Ruined King, it's actually going to be easy to tag down all those mobile carries like Vayne. Yeah,
and as you were saying, he picks up that Blade of the Ruined King. Doesn't have any boots yet, but we can definitely expect Westdoor to split push very soon because he still has that Ghost Up and the Flash Spear being cleansed away immediately and just that Flash being burned.
Yeah, of course, cleanse is such a faster cooldown, so it doesn't really matter. It's looking really good, I guess, for AHQ just based on farm. Infinite here, though, they might scale a bit better with that Vayne in hand.
Yeah, but they definitely won that early advantage on AHQ, and we actually have Pride sitting in the bottom lane trying to wait for that gank.
He's gonna stalk his prey. I feel like Steve Owen also just sitting there in the brushes waiting for a move to happen. And once Oppa overextends or once iFly goes in for that trade, Pride is going to be a beast. I love how he went for the Oracles, it's just super helpful. But little do they know, Zealous, they go for the flash kick! Very nicely done. Now, Pride's being stuck on the side here, uses the Dark Passage to come in. A very nice death sentence onto Oppa. He's forced to burn that flash, and Garnet Devil using the culling.
Kinda airballs it through the middle.
I mean, that's how good the culling is, man.
And whoa, the Nidalee Spear actually coming in, almost hitting Xenos on the side. And
very close.
Have the great rotation from Nas and just using the Cougar form to jump away from the Cocoon.
Right. So overall, still a 1-3. They catch iFly, not the best target, but still a death is a death, and that's more money in the bank for the guys with HQ. Retire once again. Easy catching up. Oh, gets a nice play off there, but burns his flash just so he won't be in a bad position. Oh, a very close spear though coming up from Nas.
Yeah, and look at what Westdoor is doing. In the entire time, he has taken down the top turret and has just rotated to the mid lane and taken the middle outer turret as well. So 3 turrets in a row for HQ Esports, and it seems like they are going to take this dragon for free as well.
Very nice.
This gold spike is amazing coming from
that
HQ.
is very good rotation. I have to say, they were so aware of what the map was doing that it worked in their favor. They were pushing out. In fact, they have been pushing out non-stop in all their lanes for this game so far. Did I say game? I meant game so far. And because of that, Westdoor being that split push powered beast with Blade of the Ring King all across the map.
Yeah. And I expect him to actually pick up his boots finally in this bag, unless he picks up another major item, says, you know, I don't need shoes, Shyvana can just use the dragon form and
fly. You don't need shoes if you have Phage, you know, and but he does pick up the boots and going probably for the Sunfire Cape with that Giant's Belt in hand.
Yeah, that's just going to increase the split push potential of Shyvana even more, and I expect Westdoor to be one of the huge threat coming in as a split pusher. And if Westdoor actually joins the team fight, the dragon form coming in as well as all the damage from all the spells from the Flame Breath as well as the Twin Bite, it's going to be very scary. And if Team Infinite doesn't control the
here comes the ultimate. iFly gets the fear off. Will he be able to pick up the lantern? Oh, he gets the lantern, but at the same time mid-air bite coming in for Xenos.
Yeah, so very good gang coming in from Team Infinite because they actually spot Garnet Devil slightly out of position.
Only the spider is safe in its web.
Only the spider is safe.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite quote from Elise so far. With that, you know, I think what I want, once it gets that, you were saying about the Sunfire kit on Shyvana. Riot, please make Sunfire kit on Shyvana, on Iceborne Shyvana Blue. Oh, they get a very nice kill. Oh, fly across from Prides there, almost catching iFly, but they have to escape. It's a 4v2. Very close. Oh, and here comes Dragonborn Westdoor. He's gonna throw down all over their face. Xenos probably real low. Will the Ignite take him off? No, not enough. Here comes the Sonic Wave. Oh, and a double kill here for Nas. Very nicely done with that follow-up spear.
Yeah, the Death Cap itself is definitely gonna give it the power spike that they need. And the amazing spears coming in on the side of AHQ by Nas. Fantastic play.
So good. And now Westdoor going for the ball lane to do what he does best. Farm. And here's the replay from the previous fight. We saw him fly across there. Look at that kick by Xenos. A bit unnecessary, I would say. But
yeah, and look at the swipe from Nas. Yep. And finally we see that javelin coming in. 1, 2,
long range.
Hit.
Yeah, that long range. And then from there they're going to follow up with that split push combo you were talking about. That's 3 people in the mid lane. And with Westdoor at that bottom just chilling out. No pun intended.
Really chilly.
Yeah, very chilly.
Yeah, and the rotations coming in, they force Team Infinite to actually defend the mid lane, and here it seems that they are most likely going to take this bot lane in a turret. They
know exactly why they should do it though, because the item power spike is actually at its peak right now.
And look at the spears chunking out Xenos.
It's important. Whoa, this is awesome. Yeah, Scorcher Vector with Sunfire will be my new goal in the future.
When it's released.
When it's released, eventually, Riot Bliss. But the power spike for all these champions and their itemization has actually reached like a sort of a mini critical mass, if that even exists. Because Nelly has the Rabadon's Death Cap, Syndra not a full core item yet. Lucian with the Trinity Force definitely beats out Vayne with that Blade of the Ring King early on in the game. That Sunfire Cape is only matched for Renekton, it's only matched by a Blade of the Ring King, Mercury Treads, plus almost getting the Sunfire Cape for Shyvana. That's a big advantage to be at.
Yeah, but it seems that with the cloth armor pickup by Westdoor, I feel that he might be going for the Randuin's Omen instead.
Yeah, he might go for the Randuin's instead. And Randuin's is good against Vayne as per normal. You know, you always want to be able to lock that person out and not kite you, which can suck, you know.
Yeah, and the Dragon's form into Randuin's Omen is just gonna destroy Team Infinite. They are definitely not be able to run away from any of the damage coming out from HQ Esports.
Look at Garnet Devil. Garnet Devil's a man. He just went to tank it. knowing that Nas will eventually heal him. But this is a good move, knowing exactly how the enemies are not in the vicinity of the base to defend this one, and they're gonna go just straight on. Razor coming to the side, a nice spear pops him out. Opa actually in a very dangerous position overall just now, but no death sentence coming out, and therefore Pride's now being the one. Will they get the king? Good guy getting stuck there, and Syndra, easy kill for Westjaw. A nice green tea hook from across, and another dragon fight. Come on, Westjaw tagging down onto iFly with Opa getting hit by the culling. Yeah, will it be enough? He gets the assist, so Guard Devil might be able to get the reset on this. Opa bops the barrier, and Xionas and Opa dropping extremely low. And look, oh, one Renrin stuck at the side. Naz coming in. Will he get the stun off? Will it be enough? And no, I think that's it, man. Guard Devil picks up that kill. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and all for a 3-for-nothing trade in favor of HQ Esports.
Yeah, these guys
extremely good engage off the fact that good guy was just caught in the jungle by Pride.
It was just really good team coordination overall. I loved how HQ just did what they did. They committed, and they committed smartly. That's exactly how it was. Once they pushed Opa beyond the target, he had burnt all his summoner spells, he had no ultimate, but there was no reason to overcommit, and that's smart play on their part.
Yeah. And look at that, Westjaw just rotating to the bot lane, gonna take up the entire minion wave, and Nas in the enemy's blue buff, just taking that blue buff for his own.
This is actually very quick work, and the lead doing what she does best, being irritating. The thing is that Infinity, up to this point in time, the game did not have the capabilities to go for that 5-on-5 team fight. So as it stands, HQ with the siege is more than enough to tackle this comp.
Yeah, it's not just the siege, the rotations coming out from AHQ. Actually, it's the rotations from Team Infinite that's been bad, and AHQ just exploiting the horrible rotations from Infinite.
Yep.
And because of that, it's 5 turrets to nothing right now.
It's looking really bleak for Infinite, and it shows how AHQ has already been very seasoned in the esports scene, simply because they're pulling off all the right moves, while Infinite still trying to get some ground as to where they fit in the meta and how they understand the map just a bit more.
Or maybe Infinite has just been completely playing on the Season 4 patch. They have a special client for themselves ready, raring to go for
That's why they got squashed off Renekton. Oh, maybe. Oh, Renrin.
Time tunnel from the future.
Renrin here getting sieged down by those spears. Oh my god, Thanos getting hit. The spider is apparently not safe in its web. Here comes Syndra, another spear coming in. This is looking bleak. With Xeranos gone, that means Baron is up, it's free for grabs.
Has Nas missed the spear yet?
Okay,
he just missed the spear, but
still.
Sharpshooter right there.
Yeah, sharpshooter. Oh my goodness,
another spear.
iFly, man, he getting speared down. And here goes the 5-man rotation to the top lane. Price in aside, I love, look at that. Nas and Price, yes, they know exactly how to zone them out. Just waiting for the opportune moment to get that turret back in, back out. The good thing about Shyvana is the ability to wave clear so easily.
And not forgetting the twin bite from Shyvana, as well as the Lightbringer from Guard Devil is just going to destroy turrets. And
here we go, the Baron fight. This is going to be a real easy one. Once you have that Flame Breath onto Baron, the debuff, it's going to be like Westjaw tearing apart with Blade into Ruin King.
Yeah, and Team Infinite has no wards in their own jungle, or barely any wards in their own jungle, and they are definitely not going to spot out this, and will not want to come and try to interrupt this Baron fight.
This is looking really bad for them. If they get caught out here, green tea from the side, will he throw that death sentence out? Gets a spear across, not hitting much. Oh, Pride gets hit by a stun. The Dark Wind falls out as well. Renmin being a very strong frontline iFly. Oh my goodness, iFly getting that Ghost Storm in the absolute worst direction. They get a nice stun onto him as well. Opa being singled out, forced to burn that flash. 5-man going to the bottom, just trudging it down, and Nas, getting hit by that play as well. Good guy going down, taking damage. They're going to chase Xionas, and this is just going to be the Garnet Devil show. Or is it going to be Naz?
Not sure.
Naz, is he going to get the spear? Oh no, jumping into a cocoon. Not the best way to be. We're going to pan this while they take the mid lane. That spear. And Westjaw here.
It takes some skill to throw a javelin in between the spiderlings of Elite.
Skills. Hashtag skills. This is AHQ season. They won the previous split so decisively at the playoffs with a 2-0 victory over Taipei Assassins. This time they're showing why they won that one.
Yeah.
Ren here also. You know, the items speak a lot for themselves. 247 CS over that of Renekton's 107. That is at least, let's look at the gold difference. Almost 4,000 gold away.
Yeah, and the goal difference actually on Team Infinite compared to AHQ Esports is really crazy as well, because they're just about 8,000 gold behind.
Yeah, it's just madness all around. With that Baron buff, this is exactly what teams should be doing. I mean, previously when we saw KLH play, when they had that Baron buff, they were afraid to be aggressive, knowing that they had the item advantage still. So that's what AHQ is functioning. Of course, this one, the goal disparity is really, really much larger, but nonetheless, you know, they should be happy with that Baron buff going in for the siege facility.
Yeah, and Nas actually went back and spent about 3,000 gold. Let's see what he actually picked up. He picked up the Magi Soul Stealer as well as the Void Staff.
Because you can't get enough AP and mag penetration until you get Magi's. That's how it works, man.
Yeah.
So Green Tea Ghana Devil here going down. They've been really good. And in fact, I'm loving how Green Tea has been with regard to map control. This guy, man, he knows exactly how to roam and not get caught out. One of the big mistakes that we've seen players like Mistake do, who plays for TPS, is that, oh my goodness, this is almost an execution. Pride's overestimates himself a bit more, takes the lantern for a safe ride home.
Yeah, the dark passage, not so dark for Pride.
No, it was he saw the line and he took it. West Door here, flying straight in, dropping out the Randuin's Omen. This is really good. Pride's there,
using the resonating strike for the execute, and wow, look at the decimation AHQ is causing on the side of Team Infinite in their own case.
Oh, Green Tea there missing out. He death sentence, but the walks will keep them. The walks, I meant the wall with the box will keep them out. That's what happens when you're so excited.
Yeah. It's really crazy team fights, and all in all, AHQ are most likely just going to take this for the win. This is definitely going to be the final push.
It's too decisive a game. These guys ended up 51k to 29k. They're going to get another free kill Ultra and 50 gold here for Guardian Double. Bonus. You got to win it with style, as they always say. 27 minutes to the game.